I'm Kendra Leger, and I got next.
SLT Nation, we are back in the building. That is right. We got another You Got Next series. I am your host, the Mouth of the South, B. Jones. I'm rocking here alongside my co-host, my partner in crime. How you doing today, KT?
Man, I'm doing fine. I've been stretching a lot for this episode. It's probably gonna be a fast one, so I'm good to go.
Hey, don't pull anything. Well, I tell you what, we promised you guys we got guests coming from all around the world. We told you that this mission to uncover unhyped athletes, to uncover great stories and people who are out there pushing themselves to the limits to become greats in their own sports or their own respective industries. And once again, we have done it. This time we go north of the border and we venture into Canada to find one of the fastest and most gorgeous athletes on the planet. But before we do that, before we get into Miss Kendra, we need you guys to do us a favor. This is the part of the show where we need you. If you're visiting our channel for the first time, thank you so much for showing us some love, showing us some support. We need you on the count of 3 to smash that subscribe button so we can keep this movement, we keep this vision going forward. So we keep bringing y'all quality content and quality people like Miss Kendra. We need you, all right? 1, 2, 3. Boom. All right, now that we got that unpleasantness out of the way, like I always say, you didn't come here to see me. I know why you came. You can see it in the picture. You can see it in below. Well, Welland, Ontario's very own Kendra. Is it Leger? Leger?
Yeah, you said it right. No. First of all,
I heard the announcer say it. I tried to practice a couple of times, but I figured I was going to butcher it. But Kendra Leger, all the way from Welland, Ontario, but right now you are at Iowa State, a Cyclone, part of the track team. She's a hurdler, she's a sprinter, she's all world is exactly what she is, and that's right. She is a model and up and coming talent, and just can't be beat. So Kendra, before we give you the microphone, we got to take you through initiation. All right. So I know you prepped for this. You ready? You stretched? You good? All right, there it is.
Okay, let's go.
All right, here we go. KT, take her over her hurdles, right? Take her through the course.
All right, to initiate you into the SLT family and nation, you got to give us your top 5 hip hop artists.
I listen to a lot of A Boogie, Young M.A., a little bit quick, Giveon.
Giveon, that's a good one.
Daniel, yeah. I mean, that's 5.
That's fine. That's fine. But I'm gonna tell you that young M.A. or that young Ma, that's a sleeper. I think that's the first time we heard somebody say young M.A. And
so good.
Hey, she nasty with it. Hey, probably one of the most underrated MCs in the game. Everybody talk about Pop Smoke out there on the East Coast, and I think young M.A. can hold it down for New York. Just me personally.
She's dirty with the lyrics.
Dirty.
I
don't know. If I had to compare, I would say Young M.A. is as cold as Kendra Leger is on the track. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
B. Jones, you sure know how to suck up to people, don't you? All right. Hey, Kendra, this is a sports show. We do life aspects. Give us your favorite sports teams.
This is what I'm going to say. 1986 to 93 Pistons, 1994 Spurs, 1995 to 98 Bulls, Lakers, Mavericks, if you catch my drift. Dennis Rodman. Like, that's it.
Hey, I love how you were so specific with these teams.
Dude, like, I'm just like, I can't. That's my man right there.
So you are
B. Jones. What's funny about that is our episodes that we do on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Central on YouTube and Facebook at Sports Life Talk. When we're live, we have a cover athlete.
Plug.
So Guess who's going to be our cover athlete for the number 91? It's going to be Dennis Rodman.
The worm. The worm.
No.
Oh,
Yes.
No. You're not.
That's the
No, you're
That's the
blowing
name of
my
the
leg right
episode. It's called The Worm. It's just it's funny how things work out.
It's gonna be. We're gonna have to make you our athlete of the week. Can we do that? Can we make you our athlete of the week on the show?
I mean, I'm not gonna say no to that.
Well, I got an easy one there. That's a slam dunk. All right, so who is your favorite superhero? And Kendra, if you were a superhero, what would your superpowers be?
Batman has always been my favorite superhero, just because the man puts in work. You know, he grinds for that, and everyone's like, you know, you get Superman, he's just, you know, dogging around. He can do whatever he wants. He's pretty much invincible, but you know, Batman puts his life at risk, so I respect that. And you know what? I feel like I have too many superpowers as it is, so I feel like I can't really answer that question. Like, that's just unfair.
All right. I like the concept. So give us one of your superpowers. Give SLT Nation one of Kendra's already set superpowers. We know confidence is one.
My bounce back game is insane, and I'm just gonna leave it there. You can just watch what happens after that.
So you like Wolverine?
Yeah.
You like Wolverine, basically. Okay, I got it. Hey, B. Jones, with an answer like that, how can I go on? She's already.
I know. Well, hold on. I want to tell Sports Life Talk Nation a superpower she not telling y'all about. She's smiling, but what about the dancing skills, Kendra? I saw you.
Wait, what are you talking about?
What about the dancing skills, huh?
You're gonna throw that out there like that?
Yeah, you a good dancer.
Key. I try to keep that low key. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, cool beans. So now Welland, Ontario. Am I saying Welland correctly? Welland.
Welland is Welland.
Welland, Ontario.
Yeah.
You represent the North, right? Like Jon Snow. All right, so tell us about growing up out there in Welland.
I mean, I moved around a lot as a kid. Like, I was probably at a different school, like different place, like every year. But we always came back to Welland. I grew up with 5 kids. Like I have 5 siblings, so it was kind of hectic, like 24/7. But it's home, you know.
Now, 5 brothers and sisters. Are they mostly boys or are they girls? Or
2 boys and 3 girls.
All right, and are all of y'all competitive?
I mean, my younger brother is with me, but this, like, the level of competitiveness is just like over the top. So like, if you compare it to other people's competitiveness, I would say they're competitive. Yeah.
With you and your younger brother?
No, like, they're all competitive, but like mine and my younger brother's competitive level is just like a different. It's different.
Now, are you guys a track family, or do they all participate in other sports?
No, my brothers play football, and my sister was a fitness model, and my other sister did basketball.
And you do it all. You a model / track star / superhero, right? You doing a little bit of everything.
I mean, you know, I try to dabble.
Now your story is a very impressive one. You've ran on the national stage for your country at the IAAF, but getting where you are today at Iowa State hasn't been the smoothest journey, right? Like you say, you moved around. You went to high school at Notre Dame, then you went to a junior college. Am I following you correct? You spent 2 years at the JC, and then you went to Iowa State.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your journey and how you got to Iowa State.
My coach found me. I was kind of like just doing every sport. I was always competitive, but he like literally in 2 months dropped my time down by 0.5. And I don't know if you guys know track, but that's ridiculous. And so
Kev is a track coach.
All right, so you know, so I was running like a 13 in the 100, and then he dropped me down to a 12.4 in 2 months. And from there, like, I just took off in the summer, and I collected a couple medals, had scholarship offers to Princeton, Harvard, a few other schools like Michigan. I had a week to take my SATs, and I'm a Canadian, so they don't prep us for that. And let's just say it didn't go too well. So I stayed in Canada. I mean, my grades were high. Like, I graduated high school with a 90 average. And then So yeah, I stay in Canada. My coach in Canada, he's a gem. He's like, I call him sensei because this man is just like mad wisdom. And so like the first year I trained with him, I don't know, I medaled at so many competitions. I ended up pulling my hamstring, and a month later I competed on the world stage and actually became a finalist. It was actually a pretty shitty race for me, but it was because I was getting nervous and we were walking up to the starting line and I started singing. I don't know why I started doing that. I started talking to people. Anyway, I goofed myself out. But yeah, from there, I don't know, there was some ups and downs. Last year, my school team like kind of fell apart. There was some controversy. Like it's like really complicated. Anyways, so I looked around for schools and I was like, maybe I'll take my shot in the States again. Like my grades are really high here. Like I won't have to take any tests or anything like that. So I was talking to Auburn and Iowa, and Rizzo seems very interested. And one of my homegirls from Canada, her name's Kira Galloway. I don't know if you know who that is.
Nah, not familiar with that name.
So she's one of the females that I'd be head to head with in Canada. Like she's the only one that would really feed me competition at our age. So she came to Iowa the year before and she just popped off. Like, anyways, after seeing that, I was like, well, obviously they're doing something well here. I'm gonna see what's going on. So Rizzo's like, yeah, do you know what? Like, we'll give you everything. I'm like, okay, say less. So I was like, I came here.
Free money.
Yes, sir. Started training, and the competitions weren't going too well. I actually gained like 15 pounds in muscle. Like I was jacked. You couldn't tell. It was like all in my legs and my abs, but I was like, Rizzo, like I'm not running well. I'm too heavy right now. And he didn't believe me. And so he put me on a scale. I'm like, look at this shit. And so there was a week period there where I was coming in 2 hours before practice, getting therapy. I'd spend extra time during practice to like, I'd have my own exercises, and then I'd spend an hour to 2 hours after, like doing extra shit.
It worked?
It was fucking working. It was working, dude. And we were on the way to Michigan, and I'm sitting in the sleeper bus, and I'm like, something's about to happen right now. Like I have chills. And we're in Michigan, and I'm flying. And so we get to the day where I'm supposed to compete, and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling insane. Like my body's buzzing. I'm feeling back to my old self. And we're flying over these hurdles, and Rizzo's like looking at me. He's like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, "I know." And so I was in the last heat, and so I was doing one more start. Like all the girls were out there except me. I was doing my last start over the hurdle before filing out. And so I took off, and I'm feeling it. And I go over the hurdle, and I hear something, and I land, and I completely collapsed. And I thought I hit the hurdle, but I turned around, and there's nothing wrong with it. And I realized I couldn't stand up. And I realized that sound that I heard was my Achilles tear.
I was about to say that was an Achilles pop.
Yeah.
Dang.
And like I knew it right away. I was like, I'm done. Like I was just completely in shock. I couldn't move. And right away, like my therapist got there. He touched it. He's like, "We'll get you in operation sometime this week. Like it's gonna be about a year recovery." And I'm like, okay.
Wow, this happened at Iowa State?
Yeah.
Wow. Have you been back since the injury?
I'm literally in the trainer's room every single day, like just grinding. I just started learning how to walk like a few weeks ago.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So now you're at Iowa State. You get this injury, and at the middle of the meet against Michigan, or who were y'all competing against at this meet? Or was it like the Big 12, or was it a nation track meet? Or?
No, it was like a bigger track meet. It was in Arkansas. And so this meet was just more competitive because you had girls that were like these are competitive females. Like these are girls that are running like 7.9, 8.0. So this was like a big meet, and I wasn't competing well, and I was feeling good. So, I mean, it was competitive. Yeah, it was a bigger meet.
what all races do? Now you run the 60 when you're indoors, you run the 100 outdoors, and then you do what, the 110 hurdles? What events? What all events do you run?
Since being here, I've only I run a 200, 60 hurdles indoors, and a 100 hurdles outdoors.
Okay, what's your favorite event?
Outdoor hurdles, 100%.
So now you're in a situation where you're licking your chops. You ready to get back, huh?
Oh, I was licking my chops before I told my Achilles. Like, I was fiending, but you know, that just pissed me off. So
now
that's what I'm saying. My bounce back game, my comeback game is insane.
You coming back? We rooting for you, Kendra. We know you're gonna come back. So now, what was it like to represent Canada and run for your nation, putting your nation on your back?
It was unbelievable. Like, that's something I dreamed of since I was a child, and getting that like notification that I could do that, like, I just couldn't believe it. Like I did that within a year and a half of just starting hurdling. Like, I started hurdling in grade 12.
What?
Yeah. Like, my first race ever, I was ranked top 3 for my age in Canada.
Wow.
Yeah, now, but I was a sprinter before. I was fast, so you know, like, they're short, so you can just get away with it. So
what do you think it's going to take for Canada to become a serious contender on the world stage when it comes to track and field?
Well, that's what my coach is doing back home.
Coaching?
No, that's what my coach back home in Welland, like the team that I was on before I came. He's got a couple Olympians on there. I'm telling you, there's like 3 or 4 women that's on that team that are going. If they don't cancel it this year, they're going to be on that team.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to cancel it again. They're going to.
Nah, it's on.
Have it, yeah. You can.
Well, dude, you never know. You really just never know. Like, COVID came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
you never know
true.
what could happen.
That's
so
true.
that's why I'm saying that.
Yeah, you're right about that. We couldn't predict COVID, so anything could happen. But if everything works the way it's supposed to work, or at least even close to how it's supposed to work, they're gonna make something happen this year. So,
all right. So, what is your favorite event to run?
Yeah, it's definitely. I broadened my horizons a little bit this year. They threw me in a couple 400s, and I actually really enjoyed that. But no, hurdles have definitely been my passion. It's different than 100 because you got obstacles in the way, and you have to be like, it's in the 100 you can zone out, you can feed into it. When the hurdles, you literally have to be sharp. Like, it's scary, but I like it.
So that is one of the biggest fears of my life. Seeing somebody, like, I just can imagine hitting that hurdle and just scaving up half my face, hitting that asphalt. I mean, like, I mean, like, the fact that you could do that running full speed is a miracle in itself. Like, that's some athleticism. That's talent.
I mean, I had my fair share of tumbles, and I have a lot of scars. A lot. Like, my legs look like mincemeat. I mean, not actually, but like, they're scarred up.
No, you're a model, so no, that's not the truth.
No, for real. You probably can't see them. They're bad, but like, it's exciting. That's what I like. I like the adrenaline rush. That's what attracts me to hurdles.
All right, so what does your typical day look like?
So when I'm in season, like, I like to wake up early. I like to start my days early and go to bed early. So I'll be up around like 7, you know, like typical routine, have a shower, whatever, get dressed. And I don't know, I'll typically meal prep for the week. And so I'll eat them, and then all our classes are online, so you're in here most of the time. But then when we get to the track, like, there's a whole preparation to that. Like, most of the time in the morning, I can't get too much done because I just anticipate going to the track. I just think about it. I'm just preparing for it. And so that's when I get all my work done.
So you're from Canada and now you're in the States. So how do you balance school and family and track?
It's a little easier because of COVID, just because so many things are online. But when I was back home, I mean, I didn't really have time for anything. Like, I was working, I'd get up at 6 a.m. to work for 7, and then I'd get off at 3, and then I'd have half an hour between that and track, and I get home around like 9 o'clock, like sometimes even 11, and that's the time I get to do my homework, and then I do it all over again. So coming here, it's a big blessing because I don't know, like I don't have to work. They give you pretty much anything you want. It's a lot easier, is what I'm saying.
So if you had to pick someone to model your track style after, who would it be?
I've always like looked up to Floja, but I can't say that I would. Yeah, but I can't say that like I would, like when you say style, like how I dress, is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm just talking about like Flojo. That was the right answer. Just somebody in track that if you could, you would model your style after.
Yeah.
Hey, and Flojo.
She's just bad. She's just bad.
Hey, she was another beautiful woman that took pride in making herself very, visually appealing. So I like the Flojo.
Fast as fuck.
Hey, super fast. Hey, couldn't be beat. Couldn't be beat at a period of time.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is true. So what is something that track has taught you that you can use in everyday life?
I've learned so much from track, like discipline, organization. Like that's always been my outlet for like taking out my feelings whenever I'm upset about something. Like that's my go-to. Like all my goals are built towards that. So it just has kept me like motivated. There's just so many aspects to it. You couldn't cover them all.
Now, you talked about kind of going through that mental process of walking up to the race when you were at that big meet. Do you still get nervous to run? I mean, do you still get the butterflies?
I mean, recently, yeah, because we haven't competed in a while. Like the summer, like last summer because of COVID, everything closed down. So that would have been prime time for me. And I would have been like, I don't know. When I'm comfortable, I don't sing, I dance before I compete. Like, I'm just like getting into the music and just feeling badass as fuck. So yeah, I still get nervous, but if I was back then, like before all this happened, that's typically what I would do, like just chill.
Now, we know you're not camera shy. Are you nervous now? Do you get nervous to do like TV appearances and speak to the media and stuff?
I mean, like this feels pretty casual, but the thing is, like before, like when prepping for it, like, I feel like I need to prep for things because I tend to overthink and I don't want to overtalk, and I know I do that. So just cut me off whenever.
Nah, you're doing great. You're doing phenomenal.
All right, Kendra. So this is the part of the show where I get in your business a little bit. Okay.
Oh no.
Yes.
Okay.
So get ready. So, are there anyone special in your life right now?
No, sir. It's just track.
Okay.
Really? Oh well,
yes,
I know the fellas who are watching this show gonna be pretty excited. So you telling me that out of all of these guys, you on a college campus, nobody is interested?
I mean, like I have people hit me up, but I'm trying to stay focused. Like I have goals, and that's
there you go.
That's not something that's gonna feed into my goals.
What is the dynamic of the interesting dynamic when you talk about living up in Ontario and living down here in the United States? I mean, outside, I know food probably. I know we probably use more salt, right? So, what is the interesting dynamics? What can you tell us about living in Canada versus living in the United States and how it's different?
Your shopping is like insane. You walk in the store and you can find anything, no matter like what store you walk into. Basically, like you guys have so much more. Healthcare, that's just confusing as fuck. I don't really understand that. It's so different in Canada. Like you can just walk in anywhere and be like, I mean, like I broke my arm, can you fix it? But over there, you be like, where's your insurance? And I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know.
That's a profitable business for us.
Yeah.
But
they're good. Your doctors are amazing.
Hold on, B-John. Before, let me just ask one more question to add on to what I just asked. So you said that you're focused on track, but hypothetically, is there an athlete that's out there that if you had the chance you would slide into DMs?
Who's your crush?
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman.
Oh yeah, Dennis Rodman. There you go. Yeah.
What would you do if Dennis Rodman DM'd you? What would you do if Dennis Rodman DM'd you?
This is my reaction. This would be like, I'd look around for someone, but there'd be no one there. And I'm like, is anyone else seeing this? Because
we're definitely going to tag Dennis Rodman when we post this. We're gonna make it happen.
Yep. Hey, so what is a typical workout for you like? I mean, is working out as a track star, is that like work or is it fun? It's running.
I love the sport though. and low key loves the pain because that means that I'm working towards something. Like I'm actually putting in effort. Like it's a mental battle too, but I actually love it. But it's also like it's different for when I'm out of season or prepping to come into season or for off season. Typically, we lift a lot more weights. We don't do as much like speed work, or like we do, but it's just like a lot more load. Whereas in season, like you're not lifting as much and you're more focused on technique. A lot of tempo runs.
So the show is titled You Got Next. We want to focus on the future, right, of Kendra. We want to tell everybody all of the exciting things you got coming up. So we know you got to get healthy. You got to show us that bounce back game and get back from the injury, right? But what else is on the horizon? I can see you got a clear career. I'm just telling you straight up. I don't know if anybody's ever talked to you, but you got a clear career as a professional model, some sort, whether it's a fitness model, track model, I don't know. You got that career. I mean, you're an influencer, and then plus you're talented in other ways. So what do you see the future of Kendra Leger?
That's the thing. There's so many possibilities, but that's also exciting to me. I'm not really sure where it's going to take me, but I know that wherever it does, it's going to be pretty sick.
It's going to be sick, huh? All right.
Yeah.
Well, as we end this, I don't know if you had the opportunity to watch any of our previous shows, but Kev and I, we compete. It's because that's just what we do, right? We just naturally, we brothers from another mother, and we stay into it. But we have this thing called the championship rounds. You can equate this to almost like the last 50 yards or 50 meters of a track race, right? So we going hard, and we're going to separate the men from the boys. And we are going to play a game equivalent to Would You Rather. Have you ever played Would You Rather before?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we're going to give you two options. I'll give you an option, and Kev will give you an option. You can only select one of those options. Whichever one of those options you select, you will give either Kev a point or myself a point. We'll play for 3 rounds. Now, right now, Kev is in the lead. He's won 4 games to my 3 games. All right. So you got the opportunity to tie this up for me, or you could give Kev a double show lead, which it'd be tough to overcome. All right. So we're going to give you 2 options. You ready?
Okay.
All right, Kev, you first. So I'll let you go.
No, will you stop doing that, trying to get some little pity? Oh, he'll be up 2 shows on me. Stop doing that.
Brother, just stop crying and play the game.
I'm just crying, Justin. I'm defending myself. Okay, so Kendra.
You defending yourself because you know you're about to lose. Oh.
No, because please help me, Kendra. All right, Kendra, would you rather make it to the Olympics and medal, or would you rather set a world record but at a different event?
What? World record.
Boom.
Yeah, because you crying.
Start to crying. Kev. There you go. Every time, I'm starting to know you sore loser.
Hey, help me out so I can tie it up. Go ahead.
You sore loser. I'm starting to kind of notice that, man.
You.
All right, round 2, Kendra. All right, you only got 2 more to go. Round 2. Would you rather be a top 10 runner in the world or
be the best runner to ever come out of Canada?
Top 10 runner in the world.
Game over. Game, set, match. 2-0. Let's do the last one for fun. I'm back. It's time 4-4. All right, last round, Kendra. Even though you crowned me the champion, thank you so much. Hey, the speed don't lie, right? Speed don't look back. Would you rather fast forward 5 years and become something great outside of track, or
rewind 5 years, knowing what you know now and doing your career over?
I have to choose one or the other?
Mm-hmm. Yep. You can either go back 5 years, or you can go forward 5 years, knowing that you becoming great at something other than track, or you can go back 5 years and do track again and but you know what you know now. You know the work ethic that is needed. You know how to run. You know the techniques.
Yeah, you don't have to convince me on that. I'm gonna choose track every time. I'm just saying, I like where I am right now.
Okay, all right. Well, Kev, congratulations. You got a point in the losing effort. Consolation prize. Kendra, any shout outs? You want to show some love to some people?
My homegirl, Vanna, she graduated with double major. She's genius, I just want to say. Happy
you said
graduation.
her name is Vanna?
Vanna.
All right. Congratulations to her. Where can everybody find you?
Kendra Leger, Instagram.
That easy. Google it. You see the name right there below me. You can find her. Well, Kendra Leger, you got next. We appreciate you stopping by the show. Kevin and I are going to be supporting you. We want to watch your bounce back game, come back from that injury. Can't wait to see your next track meet. Those of you guys who are rocking with us for the first time, like we told y'all, we appreciate you stopping by the show. Remember, Kevin and I are a part of the Sports Life Talk crew. You can see the little logo in the far corner. There's 5 of us. We go live every Wednesday nights from 8 o'clock p.m. Central to about 9:15, and we talk everything from sports to love to fashion to technology. It doesn't matter. We touch everything across the spectrum, and you can follow us at Sports Life Talk on YouTube or Facebook and anywhere basically you can find us, right? Just Google it, Sports Life Talk. With that being said, we look forward to y'all seeing future episodes, and we appreciate the love. Don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend. Y'all take care of one another, stay safe, and we love y'all. We will see you guys next time. Yeet.
Lil' baby say I'm fly, she see me. I know I got a giant in the drip, but I double cause I'm tired of the vibe, she clingy. And I don't play around with the wrist, when I get it, you already know the vibe, it's VVs. I swear I feel alive when I'm in the yo into the air, making vibes on repeat. And I ain't gotta lie, you see these. She said she wanna vibe, she need 3. Each one for my boys, my teamies. Swimming through the riches with my squad, believe me. Iced out Audemars, Philippe's. Big dog since a gin, know I'm 8. Cook and let them know I'm different raw with the apron. Do this for my sons, I know it's mine for the taking. Lil' baby look like she the type that be playing. Slide and I skate this. She done me probably thinking who this. Yeah, money now it's funny how I see the mood switch. But boy, lame girl, funny how the 2 mix. So I got them uptight, now they got the loose lips. Want the doors with a suicide on it. If I'm winning, gotta put my slimes on it. I ain't buying no Gucci or Prada. That she my man, and it's proof for her, solid. Dripped and finesse like Kyrie. Young man with his own brand, I designed it. Whole gang got a wrist spring cause I iced it. No name in my domain, I'm the nicest. Night game, know I used to dream of the diamond. 2 bad things I'm in between like a hyphen. When I pull up to the scene.